Every time you dream about water, the spiritual world is trying to warn you about something. Don't ignore it, because right now, you might be receiving a direct message from God or an urgent alert from the kingdom of darkness. Dreams about water are never just dreams. They carry deep prophetic meanings and often determine the direction of your spiritual life. The question is, are you ready to understand what it really means? Many people wake up drenched in sweat after dreaming they were drowning in a raging sea, or try to hide their discomfort when sharing dreams about overflowing rivers, storms, or even a spilled glass of water. But what few know is that water, in Scripture, never appears by chance. In Genesis, it covers the face of the deep even before creation. In Exodus, it parts to save, but also closes to destroy. And in Revelation, it becomes an instrument of judgment. Water reveals, water hides, water cleanses, but it can also swallow. That's why when you dream about water, heaven is trying to say something about your present, or even your future. In John 7:38, Jesus declares, "Whoever believes in me, as Scripture has said, rivers of living water will flow from within them." That's powerful. But what if those rivers appear in your dream, muddy, dirty, violent? Do you still think it's just a meaningless detail? Maybe you dreamed of crystal clear water, calm, peaceful, almost hypnotizing. It might seem like something good, but is it really? That dream could be revealing a time of spiritual peace, or showing you that you're being deceived by false tranquility, because the enemy also knows how to disguise his traps in calm scenery. 2 Corinthians 11:14 warns us, "Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light." And what's more seductive than serene waters? But be careful. Many people dive into those waters and never return. Now, what if you dreamed of floods, furious rivers, tsunamis? That's almost always a cry from the spirit. Something is out of control. It could be a repressed emotion, a curse being activated, or even a demonic influence trying to invade areas of your life that you think are protected. Remember the flood? In Genesis 6, the water came as judgment upon the earth because the heart of man had become corrupted. God doesn't use symbols by accident, and when He speaks through water, you need to be alert. Many times your spirit has already understood what's happening, but your rational mind insists on ignoring it. You wake up and think, it was just a dream. But in the spiritual world, nothing is just. If you saw muddy water, maybe you're involved in something that is contaminating your faith. If you saw water rising, it might be a sign of emotional pressure or spiritual temptation. If you saw someone drowning, it could be an urgent warning about someone you love. God speaks, and so does the devil, and both use images that touch the depths of our soul. It's no coincidence that Jesus was baptized in water before beginning His ministry. In that moment, water marked a spiritual transition, and maybe that's what your dream is showing. It's time to break through, to leave one phase and enter another. But for that, you need discernment. You need to pray. You need to consecrate yourself. Because if the spiritual world is trying to warn you, the most important question now is, will you listen, or will you keep sleeping? While you ignore, forces are moving. While you don't pray, openings are being made. While you treat your dream as nonsense, the enemy is organizing. And when you realize it, you'll already be in the middle of the water, not knowing how to swim. Isaiah 43:2 says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you." But that promise is only fulfilled when you walk with God, when you choose to open your spiritual eyes and take seriously what heaven is trying to show. Today, I challenge you. Stop treating your dreams as emotional trash. They could be spiritual letters written on the veil of the night. They could be maps. They could be alarms. And they could be the final warning before the fall. The spiritual world is real, and it is speaking to you. The question is, will you ignore it, or will you awaken? Because the water that visited you last night might be the sign that something big, much bigger than you imagine, has already begun to move in your life. And now that you know this, will you still sleep the same way?